Make your move, cowboy.
I got the horses in the back, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star, living like a rock star, living like a rock star, living like a rock star.
Guys, what's going on? July 15th, 2020, 30 market moves, daily analysis, and the market is bouncing. Just understand a simple thing. Markets don't fall without bounces. So focus that your goal is quite simple, is to short the bounces, specifically when they happen on low volume. Yesterday, we have established that the behavior in the banking sector is such that despite of these horrific numbers that banks are showing us this quarter, the initial reaction is still higher, and that is exactly what we're witnessing with the Goldman Sachs shares. They're actually trading, at about 225, 226 level. So expect that momentum higher in Goldman Sachs to actually reverse during the intraday session. So VIX is still within the breakout range, guys. So target 32.26 as your entry to be buying puts. So top trades of the day. Goldman Sachs, we want to short it at the open or within 30 minutes of the open. mRNA, guys, it's time to collect some gains. It's time to collect some gains on mRNA, guys. We recommended it at 65. Yesterday at like 6 p.m. it hit 87. It's tracking to open. At one point pre-market it was like $92. Guys, just collect the profits wherever mRNA is going to open at 9:30. Collect the gains, reposition, okay? It appears clearly that they're taking money out of pretty much everything that rocketed higher over the last couple of months. Zoom is a great position to actually partake. Like a 250 strike on Zoom on the put side, that should get you paid right there. The usual suspects that we want to target because of their substantial gains or weakness in a particular sector, such as BKNG, CMG, Tesla, Amazon, still very much valid trades. Just what you want to do is remember to simply short the intraday bounces. So we've had some pretty strong bounces right at the open, followed by some sharper drops. So if you just capture those moments, I mean, they're good for 150, 200% gains in certain instances, with the exception of these names right here, because the options on these two guys, they're just through the roof right now. So at this point, they've appreciated so far so much in the price that, all the market participants are expecting some sharp drops in the shares. Therefore, the market dictates some expensive premiums on this thing. I mean, on Tesla going $100 out of the money, you're still paying 20, 30 bucks. It's absolutely insane. So your ideal moment to short these things are clearly days like Fridays, the last day of the expiration, where you can actually have still a stronger move in these shares, but you can still buy them rather inexpensively on the last day. But just sometimes holding one contract of Amazon, if you don't have a huge account, will get you paid, making a few grand on some of these Amazon type puts. I mean, recently Amazon daily trading range has increased substantially. So, I mean, for Amazon to drop, move higher, 80 bucks, lower, 80 bucks higher within all a matter of about, 30, 40 minutes is not a problem. So when it does make the sharp drops, your goal is to focus and collect and reposition yourself on the bounce. Again, any level on Amazon, about 3,100, guys. If it gets there, 3,090, just short the damn thing. So, again, this is what I want you to focus as far as the reaction to all the banking stocks that are putting earnings. So, despite of the numbers, the initially reaction after hours or pre-market, right? The initially going higher, but expect this as the next move intraday. So, in this case, Goldman Sachs is green this morning, but while it is green, we want to buy puts because it's likely to reverse all the action, possibly, of course, next 72 hours. We could possibly touch 200, 205 on Goldman Sachs. So 220 strike, 215 strike is a good strike for Goldman Sachs at the open. Now, still market looks like it wants to make another effort on this cup and a handle formation, trying to break out. We've covered why it's going to be really tough for the market to pull this off. All the stocks at this point that has propelled the market to the current level of about 3,200, guys, 32.26. They've already been up 20, 30, 50, 60% for the last couple of months. That type of trajectory is unsustainable. Therefore, there is going to be no breakout of this cup with a handle pattern. So next market move for today, 211.6. Guys, I know the futures are green, but yet today could actually, the probability of a red day is highly elevated, because sometimes the distance between where the market closed the day before, this gap up higher, typically is a good setup for a reversal. Despite the market moving higher, VIX is not really crashing, it's not dropping, it's still very much within the breakout range. So 211.6 are the type of moves. They're all bearish moves. It's just a matter of at which point in the day the sell-off is going to come in a move 2. It could happen in 10, 11. Move 11 could be sometime intraday after setting a top or a double top. And a move 6, the sell-off is at the end. So roughly this is a draft for today. So we're opening higher. Let's say around here, 32.25, 32.26. Small pullback, maybe 15 points, jump back up to about that level, 32.26. So anytime we get to 32.26, kind of that's your sign, plus minus a few points, guys. You want to pull the trigger right here in the expectation of further slide, further drop. Now, we are still in danger zone as far as the escalation of the drop. We still had not had a meaningful size move where the S&P is moving lower like 100 points, couple hundred points. It's still very much in the making. So despite of getting this move 4 yesterday, which is a bullish move, okay, it's likely to be reversed again into a red move today. But notice, despite of all this bullishness, VIX is still around 29. So pretty strong action in the VIX. It's not green, it's not positive in relation to the prior day, but overall this level on the VIX is just, it's unprecedented how long this market has been trading at these elevated VIX levels. It's absolutely insane. So complacency still pretty much capturing all the market participants. July 14th, Tuesday, move 4 overall. This looks on the chart. Really, the setup was really going perfectly as far as the move 2. Stalled down around this key level, about 31.20. And then they sort of kept buying the dip. It looks like we did have a really good shot of actually finishing a move 11 here intraday, but VIX failed to break out higher at this moment, and so they kept buying the dip basically throughout the day in a move of 4 formation. So 2-day sequence is 6-4, basically how it looks on the chart. The 2 interesting aspects I want you to focus on here is the angle of the slope. Okay, look at how sharp this angle is, and look how the difference on the angle plays out here on a bullish day, which coincides with literally a volume increase of about 30% on day-to-day basis. So when we had the sell-off, the volume jumped 30%. When we had this positive move higher, the volume was actually below average volume. So all these characteristics are important that are giving you overall picture where the market is actually headed over the course of the next 72 hours. And considering that's against a very critical level of about that 32.26 level, it's going to face some resistance there. It doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to crash and stage another formation like this, but do expect the market to struggle with the 32.26. Maybe it could make a series of pullbacks intraday all the way to 3,200, bounce back, try another shot at 32.26, bounce lower again. It could be doing that throughout the day. Ultimately, at some point, it could close the pre-market gap that looks like it's creating right now. So the magnitude also of the move is substantially smaller to the upside, coincides with smaller, much lighter volume in relation to the prior day. So it is not, it's not a full-blown bullish move by no means. So that was from yesterday's video, the volume characteristics. So this move 6 really stands out if you compare it to yesterday's move, and also if you compare it to the prior move. All of these bullish moves that surround this crazy 6 right here, they are much smaller magnitude and they are happening on much lower volumes. So 5-day sequence 72764. And at this point, we are at the double top, guys. This is the double top, 32.26. The question of the day is if the volume is not going to accelerate on the upside, there's no way the market's going to be able to slice through that area of 32.26. As you can see, right around 9 a.m. Okay, so this picture was taken about 9:15, but right about 9 a.m., guys, the market did break to like 32.33. So a little overshoot is reasonable. Okay, it's still in basically formation of this double top. But you can see even pre-market, there's a bit of a struggle with that level. So 32.33, 32.24. So overall, 32.26 is our target. We've hit it on the dime right here, and we've headed for a sharp sell-off. So after struggling here to break out maybe over the course of today or half of the day, but by tomorrow, this should resolve into a sharper move lower that could resemble this part of the chart right here. So considering the slopes that we've pointed out here, yesterday was something that resembles this right here. So we're due for the next move lower. VIX, we're not changing our view on the VIX. We do believe it will hit 50-55 possibly by Friday. Monday, VIX is holding nicely in there. Okay, again, the key component on the VIX to watch at this point if it breaks the level of 36.18, because from there it could shot up to 50-55 insanely quickly. So with that, trade like a rockstar, guys. I'll catch you on the next trade soon. Let's go.